Trigger warning, guys. What's going on? My name is Paul, and I appreciate you tuning into another daily episode of Battlefield 1. Here at the home of terrible commentary and even worse gameplay. My name is Poe. Appreciate you being here. So, today, Battlefield 1, console versus PC. We're talking about the experience itself, not necessarily PC versus console. I'm not trying to ignite a war in the comment section, guys, he says as he pulls out the flare gun. Honestly, it's not at debate. Console is nowhere close to what PC can offer. Realistically, PC is like an escort, and console is just your run-of-the-mill prostitute. Yeah, a lot cheaper when it's said and done, but it doesn't have as good a hardware, and it doesn't look as pretty in the end. And that's what you get out of paying more. So naturally, something that you pay 3 or 4 times the amount is going to look, perform, and just all around be better. Now that I've got that out of the way, the console guys have caps lock on, they're ready to go now. Honestly, I am a complete supporter of console, though. I love the fact that there's value behind what you pay compared to what you have to invest on a consistent basis with PC. But there's a casual approach that I find extremely valuable. There's something about just picking up a controller, having the ease of use right at your hands, and sitting on a couch and playing. Not to mention it's easier to play with friends, and those that play on PC generally have the budget for it and are more serious. So it's an entirely different atmosphere, but there's some unique things exclusive to the Battlefield franchise and things that I've recently picked up on that completely change the way the game is played. For example, one of the major things is, besides controls, we have piloting. Some people that may not be around, piloting on console is actually widely considered to be superior than PC, which is weird because not a lot of games have an edge like that over PC because keyboard and mouse is supreme. But this is more about handling and ease of use. Again, I go back to that because there's a lot of people that I know that actually use a controller for flying specifically on PC. And it's kind of silly. It shows that that actually has an edge for that sort of experience because console is much smoother and easier to handle with compared to the mouse and keyboard. It's very complicated, I'm not gonna lie. I've struggled. That's probably why, to date, I've never learned to fly in a Battlefield game. Something I fully plan to abuse on console. I want to learn how to do that. I want to learn how to pilot, and I feel like it's easier to play and learn to do that on console. So when I get comfortable with that, I plan on taking that, transitioning over to PC, and learning how to fly with a mouse and keyboard, and keeping it fun and fresh and freaky, and see what I can do with that. So that's a kind of cool thing. So that's one major edge in the Battlefield franchise that console has over that, is with control. Another thing besides just general performance issues, you know that there are loading times. On loading times, Battlefield, please. On PC, it's quite ridiculous. You're gonna spend like a minute between maps, and that's redonkulous. Bad Company 3 is gonna be out before you load a map on console, though. It's pretty absurd. It's kind of ridiculous, honestly. So that's one of the things that goes back to the type of parts and the kind of hardware inside the consoles. That's the difference between a $1,000 rig and a $300 rig. That's one of the give and takes that you have with this. Now that's just general, but loading times in this game are far larger than your average video game. But by far the biggest difference that I have noticed, and this is kind of an exclusive thing for Battlefield, I haven't seen this kind of difference in other games, is with the sort of aim assist in this game. My God, fair fight, do something. This isn't aim assist, this is pure aim botting. And people have learned to abuse this because it is extreme. It's over the top. It does all the work for you. My God, it's robotic. And when you just have this snap target acquisition, when you just zoom in and if it's somewhere in the middle of the screen, the gun lines up for you. Now you have to path it after that. You saw that I missed quite a few shots earlier when I was doing it on my own, but when I actually need to, and I will, I just look in the general direction and aim. This is why one of the major differences in behaviors you'll notice between console and PC is when it comes down to it, when I know there's somebody that could potentially come from that area and I'm capturing an objective, I'll already have my gun aimed down sights ready for that target to come through that door. On console, not so much, because you wait for them to come out, then you aim down sight, it locks on for you, and then you start taking the shots. And that's something that you learn to abuse in this game. It's really weird because another thing that you'll notice with this sort of behavior is when I'm on console, it's a aim, shoot, 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 and if there's a guy right next to him, I unzoom, rezoom to lock on the other guy and start tearing into him. Where on PC, you just completely keep pathing and you can even stay aimed down sight, and it's a really weird mechanic and something that a lot of people are abusing with different guns. I think some of the, I haven't messed with it, but I hear the infantry sniper rifles work the same way. I don't know about shotguns, but I assume they do, which is a very dangerous thing to kind of line up because it's completely crippled other games. Like Console Division was ruined by aim assist shotguns. It was just ridiculous. So this is one of the major behavior differences, and because of this, it makes guns like the medic weapons available in the game far more viable on console than they are on PC. So on PC, medics aren't as popular as a lot of the other classes in the game, especially Assault. And I go entire games on console without seeing a single automatico. I see a lot of medic, I see a lot of MP18, this and that, but the automatico is a hip-fire beast, and because of that, it's really abused a lot on the PC platform, whereas on consoles, you have that crazy aim assist that locks you on the target, so you can use guns that just allow you to 2-3 tap and it's over that quick. That's an entire shift in meta. Like, Assault is really dominant on PC, where Medic is more dominant on console. That's an entirely different Battlefield experience just because of the aim assist. It's pretty important, so it's kind of cool to see that console has an edge in some areas, and I don't think it's bad for Assault, but maybe some other areas need tweaked if they have them like shotguns and some of the snipers. I don't quite consider that about fair, but it's a pretty aggressive amount of aim assist, and more so than I've ever seen on a video game before. But I kind of understand it, and it's kind of refreshing to have a really, really strong medic kit too, so I kind of like that. But that aside, you know, the casual experience has value. The controller for armor, it's an edge that this game has on console. So there's some things that console has that other games may not be benefit to, and I think that's pretty sweet. So other than that, there's only one other major difference, and this is a nod to console. And just because consoles are more affordable and they're common in every other household sort of deal, a lot of people will buy and play these games, so the player base is always going to be far more active on console. And I think a buddy told me yesterday that there was like 33,000 active players on PC and 150 on the Xbox One alone. So that's not even considering PlayStation. So it had 5 times the player count, active players, on console than PC, and that's strictly because PCs are expensive. But pretty much because of this, every game features this sort of benefit when we're talking about console. It's just affordability. So there's always going to be more people playing on console than PC. It's just the nature of the beast. More people can afford consoles, they last a lot longer without having to upgrade, they're cheaper. Naturally, there's going to be more people playing the damn things. And of course, they take a sacrifice to performance and a lot of other things that some people put real value behind. So in the case of Battlefield, I don't think there is a better. 9 times out of 10, I'll tell you PC is always the best way to go. And that's just because you got more money invested in it, it's a better machine, and it's going to look, play, and feel better because the mouse accuracy, the appearance, everything is just superior to console. But there is value between playing casual, there's unique aspects to Battlefield 1, and this kind of levels it out. Certain things are much better on console. The aim assist really helps the game run smoother. It's a little aggressive, maybe toned down a little bit. You have the effectiveness of armor usage. I think this is a really cool step, and it's a little bit more valuable on console than your average game, so that's cool. So thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, stay tuned. Be sure to snipe that like button as it helps the series out, and I will catch you guys in another video tomorrow.